Kid Next Door.
Hello, welcome to the Kid Next Door. So this time we are drawing a village scene. The choice of topic is coming from our recent online art competition. Amongst the given topics, one of the topics was village scene. So I want to share with you a very important tip today. Whichever scene you are drawing, try to include at least 5 key elements that belong to that specific topic. So for instance, we are drawing here a village scene. We should think first what things are commonly seen when you go to any village.
Okay, so a village is likely to have mountains, trees, sun, animals and birds. So we can have them in our scene to make it a beautiful landscape. Then there would be some source of water, which might be a river, well or hand pump. We can have people around it filling water in the pots or bathing, washing. Then definitely there would be farming activities, so we can have some crops, we can show different farming activities and scarecrow or bullock cart, those things. The houses would be the kacha house, so there we can have mud houses or the huts. And lastly, we can have different activities which may be around in the scene.
Alright, so out of this vast list, of course, we cannot have everything on our sheet, but let's see the placement, how we can think about. So obviously the mountains and the greenery should be in the backdrop, so I'll be probably placing it on the farthest point of my sheet. Then maybe I can have houses on one side, and on one side I can have the field to show crops and the farming activities. In between, maybe I can have a river or well or a hand pump, whatever I want to put in. And then maybe I can have few of these activities, as many as I can accommodate. Alright, so I'm having A3 paper this time, and I've started from the bottom left corner where I'm drawing a well and a woman who is taking out water from the well. Okay, so you can follow the how I'm drawing and keep drawing along with. Okay, so you see that I have given a traditional clothing also to this woman because it's a village scene, and you can show some pots lying nearby. So the first object is done. Okay, now I'll start with my second element, in which I'm showing a stove and cooking is going on there. So I have shown a mud stove with some sticks, fire sticks. So over here obviously we'll have to make the one who's cooking in a seated posture. So I have drawn this another lady who is sitting on a small stool and is cooking, and then there are few utensils by her side. So our second activity is also done. Now I'll be making my next object, which would be like an old man sitting on a cot. So usually people use cots to sit or sleep. That is what I'm showing here. Now the dress also, you will see that I'm making this man wear a dhoti and a vest, which is very commonly seen in men. You can find men wearing those kind of clothes. Okay, so it's very easy to draw, as you can see. I've shown this man to be kind of stout. So here he is sitting on a cot and just enjoying the scene around. Now I'm dividing my sheet into two parts, as I was saying. On one side I'll be showing the farm, and on the other side I have shown a civilization. So there are people there living, and on this side I'll show the farm. So I'm starting with a cart which is lying in the farm and can be used for different activities. You can see that there would be many objects in this drawing, but all the drawings are going to be very, very basic, very simple. So for this reason I have zoomed in my camera all the time whenever, to give you a close view of what I'm drawing and how I'm drawing. So these are the dividers in the farm, which usually people keep to, kind of have segregation about the farming if they are planting multiple crops or something like that. And then I'm making a scarecrow here, a very basic stick figure. Now I have some place in there, so I'm planning to show another character. I choose to draw the back side of a woman who is carrying some things, some hay on her head, and maybe she's taking it somewhere. See how simple can that be? Now I'm starting with the houses and the landscaping. So I'll be drawing two kinds of houses. These are the mud house, which I have drawn on right, and on the left hand side I'll draw relatively bigger houses to show the accommodation. So I could draw here two houses. If you have more or less space, you can modify it accordingly. Very basic, just the roof is having a bit of details, rest everything has been kept very simple. Further to it, I'm adding the landscape as we talked about in the beginning. So I'm adding some green trees and bushes, and then I'll add some mountains, a river, and some sun kind of a scene. So yeah, I'll also place a boat in the middle of this river to kind of show the mode of transportation in the village. Just adding few more bushes here and there. Now yeah, we forgot to add any birds or animals, so I'm adding here a goat, which is pretty easy to draw, you see. So I'm adding this goat in here. For a detailed video, you can refer to the other drawing tutorial. And then I'm adding here a rooster and a hen along with here, who are just roaming around having fun. So yeah, I guess this looks quite complete. I just chose to add a fence around the farm because we normally see that so that the animals don't get barged inside. And I guess, yeah, I'm almost done with the scene. The rest of the detailings will add with coloring. So this time I'm so excited because I'm using these brand new oil pastel from Camel, and these are basically student oil pastels, so they are relatively easier to use as the pigment is not that harsh. So I wanted to try them. I got this new set of 24 shades. As you can see, there is a scraping tool also in camel shape in the center. So I start to color the sky, and with the colors only I'm adding a sun in there. Now what I found was the colors were of course somewhere not exactly oil pastels, like not as smooth as you get from Faber-Castell, but they were somewhere in between wax crayons and oil pastels, which in my opinion would make it easier for the beginners or for younger kids to use, because otherwise oil pastels are highly pigmented and kids often mess up with that. But these ones are just right. They provide the blending option. As you can see, in the mountains I have done with light purple and dark purple, and in the tree I'm right now doing light green and dark green, and then I'm going to use a dark blue color to add some more details in the bushes and the tree. So the blending came out very, very well with the ease of using them. So I give my 100% vote to this one for student. If you're a beginner, if you're a student, you should go for such oil pastels rather than the smooth ones, which are very soft pastels, or the Faber-Castell and Doms. Those are all very smooth as compared to this one. So if you are an advanced level, maybe this is not the right choice for you. You should go for a better variety of oil pastels. But if you are a beginner, if you are younger, you should go for these options. I really, really like them. So you see, I'm showing here different kind of blending techniques. I basically most of the time I'm working with two shades. So for example, you just saw that in the roof I chose a darker color to outline and then a lighter color to do the inside, and it simply blends in so well. It gives such a beautiful highly pigmented, such finished smooth look in your drawing. So you can go use bright colors, whichever you like to have the blending techniques based on your choice. If you want blending to be there, or you may skip that. In the pink, I guess you may clearly see the wax crayon texture. It wasn't very smooth, but yeah, most of the shades came out to be really, really well. I'm very happy with the shading which was done in the roof of that mud house on the right hand side. Now in all these objects I wasn't doing any shading. I'm simply coloring them with different shades I have, light and dark, and it all really turned out so well. It's a very satisfying experience when you are able to place all that was in your mind on the piece of paper in front of you. So as you can see, I'm making all the clothes in bright colors, and for the well, the bricks are also given a shade of maroon and brown. So you just do and then keep blending. Oil pastels are very easy to use and give a nice blending
colored effect. So that was the cart, simple in brown, and then the mud around, and then we will do the farm. So in farm we will first color the entire land as light green, and the partitions we will be doing with dark green. Then I'm using a dark blue color and I'm making these fine details which looks like small plants, crops into our field. So this is a very easy technique to do a realistic farm. Now most of the roads are also not as well constructed. They are all muddy most of the time. So this is why I made this road also brown, in different shades of brown. If you want to make it gray like a normal road. And then finally we color the entire remaining background as light green. Now it's very important in any scene drawing not to leave any white patch. So this gives a complete realistic look to your scene that you are drawing. That's another key to score high in an art competition. You must not leave any blank space, any white patches. The entire sheet should be colored, be it a background color or it has got some elements in it, whatever. So hope you enjoyed learning with me the scene drawing technique with this beautiful village scene. Do subscribe to stay updated for future videos. Goodbye, take care.